Welcome to the Motor Control Club, where I take you through wiring circuits. Today we'll be focusing on wiring a single pole, single throw switch to a light bulb. Here we have our schematic. For this video, we have our line and neutral, 120 volts between them, volts alternating current. Our line starts off by connecting to a circuit breaker, which will then lead into our single pole, single throw switch, headed to our light and back to our neutral. So without further ado, let's start wiring. Here I have my cheater cord. I labeled my line side black. We'll start with our line side, headed into our circuit breaker. I've provided zoom-ins to better showcase what's happening. This is our line going into our circuit breaker. Here we have our neutral being inserted into our push-in terminal block. The close-up shows a different arrangement than to how I have it on the full screen, but I later change it in the video. Now we're going out of our load side of our circuit breaker. And from here we can wire directly to the single pole, single throw switch, but I want to showcase some of the other terminal blocks just to familiarize the audience with how to use these. These are terminal block screwdriver to open the slot on the side so the conductor can fit in. After the conductor's in, we retighten, make a snug connection, and everything is good to go. Now out of that same terminal block, we're inserting another conductor. And going into another terminal block. Like I said, this might be a bit overkill, but it's good to see these and view a close-up of how they work. Now we are attaching our shepherd's hook into the single pole, single throw switch. And that's the top side of our switch, which will be our line side. We've just connected from our circuit breaker to our single pole, single throw switch. Now from our load side of the switch, another shepherd's hook on the bottom side. And I had some load side terminal blocks here. I keep them near what I use as my loads, a light bulb, and a couple motors I have on that side of the motor control board. Coming out the other end of that terminal block, I'm still working on my line side, which is going to the light bulb. Now looking at our porcelain lamp holder, we're attaching our line side to the gold screw here. We got our single pole, single throw connected to the light now. And now we attach our neutral to the silver screws. From here we work on our return path, our neutral. From the light bulb has to connect back to the push-in terminal block where I set my neutral from my cheater cord at the beginning. But first we're going into our terminal block. Out the other end of that same block. Picking out another random terminal block. And out the other end of this block, we could start attaching back to our neutral. Here I switch positions as I mentioned earlier from my cheater cord. And I'm going to attach from the other end of that return path. My conductor, tighten that up. And that conductor is going on the same push-in terminal block as I'm using for my neutral on my cheater cord, or the extension cord you saw at the beginning of the video. Now make sure every switch is off. I'm about to connect. Now everything is connected to our return path, our neutral. Turn on my circuit breaker, switch my light on, and everything is in order here. We have light. Thanks for joining. We'll see you on the next circuit.